5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to the Allen Show with our very own hosts, Christian Ann and Chris Leia. Good morning, universe! Good morning! Just like usual, we'll be spending time with some big things this week, right, Chris? Yes, so for our guest shows for today was the very most committed environmental activist, Miss Julia Hill. Hi everyone, good morning. Please sit down. So, how was your life serving our nation as an environmentalist? Well, by God's grace, still studying about our ecosystem and what actions we need to take in order to preserve the beauty of our nature. Wow, as expected from an environmentalist. Thank you.
So for our topic today, it's all about your campaign to BioHeal. So what was BioHeal?
Yes, we've been having a campaign of biohealth program from school to barangay to community and even as a whole municipal. Biohealth program was all about biodiversity and a healthy society. Biohealth program was designed to spread awareness and strengthen our actions and preserve our ecosystem in all inhabitants. It is true that we people will always rely on biodiversity, right? Yes, exactly.
So what are the ways and processes to preserve and conserve our biodiversity?
Think the need to drink clean and fresh water, the need to eat fresh vegetables and fruits, or even the need of a man to transport, which makes him rely on a fuel. All of these are human needs that are all answered and provided by our ecosystem. Wow, that was an insightful introduction, Miss Julia. So before Miss Julia will teach us the ways and processes to preserve and conserve our biodiversity, let's take a commercial break first. I'll be right back. Christy,
Talaga, pwede pag-share sa TV. Ay, ang dali na full.
full storage ba agad? No worries. Gawin na nung memory card, giving you 26 gig, 128 gig, and 256 gig. It fits perfectly into the wall-sim hybrid slot of the new mid-20 series phones. Transfer faster transfer speed with 90 gigabytes per second. It further reduces the already compact size of micro SD card or into as small as nano memory card while still keeping its storage area. Dual SIM card on the mid-20 and mid-20 Pro, which can support the new standard. It is the new storage of the new era. So, what are you waiting for? Buy now!
Kaya naman.
Magandang araw sa lahat. Ito ang balitang walang kinikilingan, walang kinakatakutan. Serbisyong totoo lamang. Ako si Alma Jane Mongot at ako si Claire Justin Mercado. Ito ang PH Patrol. Para sa ating mga balita, panukalang plastic ban pinaluto ni Duterte sa cabinet meeting. Reporting, Neil.
Mismo si Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte ang nagpalutang sa posibleng pagkakatupad ng issue ng plastic ban. Nitinding yung sabi ng climate change sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. Nangyari umano ito dahil sa pagpapanig nila Duterte at mga membro ng Gabinete. Ayon kay Presidential Spokesman Salvador Manilo, the President floated the idea of one of these questions when according to him required political action. Madalawang panukala sa Senado ukol sa pagbabawa ng single use plastics. Sa ulit pag-aaral ng Global Alliance for Incinerator Alternatives, may 60 billion piraso na sasi at 34 billion piraso ng plastic bags ay sa binabasura kada taon. Ako si Neil Aligarmes, ito ang PH4.
Maraming salamat, Neil.
November 8 is PH Environmental Planning Day. Reporting, Rose G.
President Rodrigo Duterte has declared November 8th of every year as the Environmental Planning Day of the Philippines. Duterte signed the November 15 Proclamation No. 847, which aims to raise awareness on the importance of urban, regional, and environmental planning. Malacanang released a copy of Order on Wisdom. The commemoration of the Philippines will provide an opportunity to disseminate information and raise awareness on the importance of urban, regional, and environmental planning in managing uncontrolled urbanization and development, as well as ensuring ecological integrity and a clean and healthy development, as well as ensuring ecological and healthy and a clean and healthy environment, which are among foundation of sustainable development. Duterte's proclamation stated. The Duterte administration has undertaken several cleanup and rehabilitation projects across the country, including that the long neglected Manila Bay, the capital, and during all which destination Boracay. November 8 is celebrated as the World Town Planning Day, which aims to increase awareness on the importance of environmental impact of urbanization. Rose Jean Magallano, PH Patrol.
Maraming salamat Kila Rosin para sa mga salitong balita. Patuloy lang na tumutok sa
PH Patrol. Ako si Claire Justin Mercado.
Alma Jane Bukod.
Magandang araw!
So now we're back again at the outing show, of course, still with our environmentalist activist, Miss Julia here. So Miss Julia, what actions do we need to take to have a healthy relationship between the society and the biodiversity?
Yes, in order to conserve our natural resources, we livings will live in a harmonic, clean, abundant, and sustainable society. We need to do this. First, conserve energy. I practice proper waste disposal, no to illegal fishing, and plant more trees. And by that, we can avoid pollution, contamination, habitat loss, and destruction, over-exploitation, and even global climate change.
But we've been experiencing that effect up until now, Miss Julia, right?
Yes, if we fail to keep the process of taking care of our environment, we are the one who are putting ourselves into risk. Insufficiency, we can no longer physical and social well-being can provide from our system.
Thank you so much for that insightful message, Miss Julia. So, in promotion of your campaign, do you have anything in mind?
Thank you so much for inviting me here, and also this is my opportunity to invite everyone that BioHealth program was a great help for us. As far as I can remember, we've reached every corner of the planet to take head and take the whole. And BioHealth program believes that together we can build a resilient community, and together we can create and heal our planet. That would be all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Miss Julia. Thank you so much, Miss Julia.
Our show will be right back. You're now watching Alex. Up next, Gene Therapy by Pramela Ronald and Maywan Ho.
Guys, picture tayo! Ako naman po. Ako na picture. Sige, pose.
Ay, ano ba yan? Bakit blurred? Bakit pa natin? Bakit pa rin siguro?
Oo nga.
Tell me more. No.
Introducing the first iPhone Pro, shared with all new wide and telephone cameras. Take photos drastically and with lower light and night mode. Capture the highest quality and in any smartphone, all powered by A13 Biotech. What are you waiting for? Let's try!
Magandang umaga! Para sa ating mga nagbabagang balita, GMO corn is transforming lives in the Philippines. Reporting, Nakwa.
GMO corn is transforming farmers' lives in the Philippines. Idlu Paraluman was a pioneer in planting wheat corn in the Philippines. The Philippines is the first country in Southeast Asia to approve commercial cultivation of a genetically modified crop for meat and food. Bangladesh was the first country in South Asia to approve such crop with its commercialization for pest resistance, BT brinjal, or eggplant. BT corn in the Philippines was designed to be resistant to the Asia's corn borer or ACB. Australia vernacusis or Guinea, one of the nation's most destructive pests. The crop also presents a practical and ecologically sustainable solution for poor corn farmers everywhere to increase their yields and decrease pesticide use. For their livelihood and health to improve, thus alleviating poverty. Paraluman shared his story at the audience last November's United Nations Conference on Biodiversity. Said that growing wheat corn changed his life. It gave him peace of mind and do other things like taking care of his family and take up side jobs. Venus Nakwa Nakulat, PH Patrol.
Para sa mga sariwang balita, patuloy lang na tumutok sa PH Patrol!
Welcome back at the Ellen Show. Welcome back to the Ellen Show. So again, there is another interesting, amazing, and inspiring guest who will come and join us today. Please help me welcome Dr. Mabella Madam and Dr. Milano. Good day, doctor. Welcome to our show. Thank you for coming here. So the two of you was quite popular and amazing scientists, famous on treating their patients in an excellent service. It seems like it must be an expectation. Yes. Thank you so much. So what is gene therapy? So gene therapy comes when there is a genetic abnormal function of the patient that will produce abnormal pain, abnormal protein. Well, in gene therapy, a functional copy of that gene will be delivered to the patient's own cell. So, we'll be going to remove the abnormal cells from the patient's body, and we're going to replace it with a corrected, or what we call engineered genes. And that normal protein will be produced from the ultra-functional or the corrected genes. And that has the potential to correct the underlying cause of the disease, and it will provide restorative therapeutic benefits. So the patients can receive their treatment through systematic or injected into the affected area. Systematic treatments can be given via IV and typically last longer, up to a few hours. And then, but it also depends on the patient's weight. And injected treatments are usually completed immediately as soon as the fluid comes into the affected area.
So, who will be able to receive gene therapy? Will it be with severe and life-threatening diseases?
So, before gene therapy can become widely available, it will likely be tested in more severely affected patients.
more scientists currently focusing in developing gene therapy for more severe disorders. So in addition with that, individuals who are already exposed to the direct delivery viruses, so they will no longer be able to receive gene therapy.
Okay, so let us give opportunity to the audience to ask questions about this regarding topic. Yes, Miss?
Is it applicable for patients who are pregnant?
Yes, it is applicable. It was safe for the baby as well as for its mother.
So does it mean it will not affect the baby? So is there any possibility that a baby can inherit the culture gene from its mother?
Yes, the baby will not be affected, and the injected gene will not be affected for the baby from its mother. Why? Because there are two different types of cells, which are the somatic and the germ cells. Yes, so germ cells exist as eggs and sperms, and they have only one set of chromosomes. So since they have only one set of chromosomes, these cells are passed to the offspring. And while somatic cells, they are present everywhere else inside the body. So they have two sets of chromosomes. That's why these cells cannot be passed to the offspring. Right now, gene therapy is only be given into the somatic cells, and therefore that causes to the not to be passed off to their offspring. It is possible in the future to have their germ cell into the gene therapy. But now it is not happening.
Thank you so much for the very informative notion about gene therapy. We're so lucky to have you here. So once again, Dr. Pamela and Ms. Maywan Ho.
We'll be right back. Wow! Siya, dito tayo mag-picture kasi dito ka ng background. Ay, ano ba yan? Hindi na gumagana. Kabito ko pa lang ito eh. Try new, Rami. Try new, Rami.
Holographic crystal box design that fits your liking.
With fuller performance thanks to Snapdragon 712 with 4000 MP camera plus 8 MP camera for ultra wide, which can produce high quality image even in low light. What are you waiting for? Buy now for only 18,000 pesos.
But try nga.
Magandang araw sa lahat para sa ating weather forecast. Sanchez, katulad na nalagay ng ating panahon ngayon.
Magandang umaga sa inyo lahat, mga kaibigan. Ako po ang nagulat sa balitang panahon sa araw na ito. Mararanasan ang pagulan ng mga bagyo, ang pagulan sa maulang yung kalangitan doon sa Aurora at sa Quezon City. Mararanasan ang pagulan ng kulimlim at malakas na pagulan at dahil na rin sa Northeast Monsoon. At doon sa Ilocos Region, Cordillera Administration Region at sa Cagayan Valley, mararanasan din ang mahinang pagulan ng malakas na thunderstorm na nasanhin na rin ng Northeast Monsoon. At sa Metro Manila at the rest of the country, makakaranas din ng malakas na pagulan at mahinang thunderstorm na dahil na rin sa localized thunderstorm. Mainam na magdala ng payong sa hapon, lalo na sa gabi dahil sa malakas na pagulan, flash flood at landslide na thunderstorm. At ito po si Edward Sanchez, nag-uulat sa inyo sa ulat panahon, nagsasabi na mag-aral lang mabuti, ang buhay ay bumuti. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Sanchez. Para sa patuloy na update ng ating panahon, patuloy lang na tumutok sa PH Patrol!
Okay.
We would like to give this bouquet for a special guest for the day, Maam Britos. Thank you so much for coming here. So we're back again.
in our planet.
So, our first guest is Sir Aldo Leopold. He is the UN delegate for the Maldives, a nation for severe threat of a rising sea level. And for our second guest, Sir Peter Robert Garrett, an is speaking. They are here to explain the lesser-known ways that climate change is already having alarming impact.
So, thank you so much for inviting us here. It is an honor for us to spread awareness to the people and also present the issues regarding climate change in this wide platform.
So, Sir Leopold, you're part of the negotiating team from the Maldives, which is a low-lying nation, right? So, my question is, in what ways does low-lying nations threaten the sea level rise, right? In what ways were low-lying nations like Maldives treated differently than, say, rich countries like the United States and European nations?
Low-lying nations or low-lying prone nations like the Maldives, just a mere increase in sea level rise just can have an extreme impact and more devastating impact in many of these places. Okay. And particularly because of this, there might be actually, and it's really just a matter of just even 30 to 60 years. Looking forward, when we're looking at some projection, there might be entirely submerged by water in 30 to 60 years.
Wow, so in 30 to 60 years, we could see the nation completely wiped off the map because of the sea level rise.
Absolutely. This will be one of the map, and this has many ramifications and implications, and not only for the survival of these countries, but also looking at where these people are going to go. There's going to be a tremendous displacement, potentially migration of climate refugees. So that might be reconciled or resolved at an international level.
Okay, so why don't we ask the audience to ask questions to our guest speakers regarding the climate change? Anyone? Yes?
So you're talking about seeking mechanisms for transferring entire populations from these nations to settle in other countries.
Thank you for that, Professor Bile. For me, potentially yes.
How many people are we talking about?
Well, the population themselves of Pacific Islands and the Maldives, for example, are hundreds of thousands. But it isn't really just an issue of only small islands. There are also low-lying countries like Bangladesh, which is the most densely populated country in the world. For that, many of the areas might also experience an indention of sea level in terms of coastal erosion or coastal flooding that will render many places uninhabitable.
Yes. Can you give us some example of a way in which climate change shifting the habitat of the animals and plant species?
Oh, a really good example is tuna. So as climate change occurs, it warms the water, but also the currents. And this also have an implication from tuna migratory patterns. So in many places, tuna might be moving into deep seas, which will acquire fishermen to have a larger boat to be able to fish. But also fishermen will going to move in different fishing territories. So, which also have implications for different countries and fishing rights.
Which is alarming because that's not just climate change moving the fish around it. So it's impacting ecosystem, livelihoods, and it sounds like it's impacting potentially food supply.
Exactly. It's not just affecting food supply, but also the nutrition value of how communities in these countries are going to acquire their protein and their basically livelihoods.
So are you hoping that there will be changes after spreading awareness to the young people about the rapid changes in our planet because of climate change?
Well, within the next decade or so, we are going to pass a number of tipping points beyond which is going to be very difficult to recover. So we are hoping that the people will really stop turning blind eye and start acting in saving our planet. So we really need to change now, and we have to start now for us to have a better future, right?
No, guys. What you are doing today will have an impact on Earth, on the planet, on thousands of years.
Thank you so much for being with us, Mr. Leopold and Mr. Garrett.
Oh, thank you. What can I ask? Ako Sally.
It's just for a show.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much. Up next, the newly crowned Miss Earth Philippines will give light to her advocacy regarding climate change.
U.S. finds GMO mosquitoes won't harm environment. Reporting from the USFDA agency, Charlene.
A type of genetically modified mosquito made by the British company City should pose no danger to the environment. U.S. regulator said on Friday, November 22nd, after considering thousands of public comments. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration's environmental review of second genetically engineered mosquitoes known as OX5133. Here is the USFDA speaker to give us a take. The proposed bill trial will not have significant impact on the environment. The male mosquitoes are engineered so that their offspring will die before they reach adulthood. It can reduce the population of ADCs and FT mosquito different human viral disease, including Zika, dengue, yellow fever, and chikungunya. The FDA decision would not, however, means the mosquito are immediately offered for commercial use. Cities responsible for ensuring all other local, state, and federal inquiries are made before conducting the proposal trial. The Florida Case Mosquito Control District will also weigh on whether and when to begin the proposed bill trial in Cay Heaven, Florida. Reporting at Miami, USA, Charlene Padua. Back to you, Claire Dalma.
Thank you, Charlene. And that was all for today. Again, Alma Jane Mongkut, Claire Justines Mercado. This is PH Patrol, the hottest news in the Philippines. Thank you.
And now we're back again at the Allen Show. Well, our next guests were not just beautiful to the heart, but also warriors in saving our Mother Earth.
Please help me welcome our Miss Art 2019 on the production number. As a means earned water, my preparation is the same with anybody else. Physically, mentally, and emotionally. Of course, because it is my first time to join a budget, it feels like so challenging to me. Now I thought I was getting more prepared with my experience. And it feels like it is my capability and how I can perform as a team.
So how about you all, Miss Earth 2019? Here's a tip.
Well, I was really thinking of owning a major farm because I am 58, so what if usually past the age limit, pregnant stage for participants. But when Miss Philippines Earth 2019 revealed that the age was adjusted to 28, I then took the chance as might be my last. So if now we grab the opportunity, you will not be here today. Gratefully you did this, Earth. Thank you.
So, talking about your advocacy, di ba you have different advocacies about promoting ecotourism. So, what was it? Let's start with you. Our Miss Ecotourism 2018, Miss Caroline Caltalabo. My main advocacy to promote ecotourism in the country is to preserve and protect the environment. The whole world now is becoming more and more important to preserve the natural beauty of the environment. So, ecotourism is our great way to attract people to a city, and it helps building commerce, giving people more jobs, and most importantly, it gives us a persuading reason to encourage people to look after the environment. And in promoting ecotourism in Muntinlupa, we have a very beautiful lakes and simple things that can be done to enhance the areas, like adding eco-friendly activities such as a bird watching and fish interactions in the water. Of course, this would have to be monitored by an environmental expert, and even small areas around the park can be made into walks or picnic areas.
That's great. No doubt you become our ecotourism because of your great advocacy. Especially for Muntinlupa City.
Yeah. So maybe some of our audience here want to express their advocacy of preserving the beauty of our Mother Nature. So I'll pick audience here. You, Miss. Good morning. What's your name? It's very number. What's your name again? Let's stand up. What's your name again, Miss?
My name is Liza.
Okay. So you're so very pretty today. So I'll just ask one question. Just one question. If you were to be joining the Miss Earth Philippines pageant on 2020, what would be your proposed advocacy and why?
Of course, it would be planting trees because we will not be here, we will not be healthy and breathing if there will be no trees. So what we're going to do is to plant trees to preserve our nature because like what we have watched in the television right now, we only have like 20% of nature, forest in Earth. So if that would be like this, what do you call that? Like, yung parang naano siya ng wildfire, so we will lose the chance to give our future citizen or the future Filipinos to breathe, or not just Filipino, but the people all over the world.
Okay, thank you. Very well said. Thank you so much, Ms. Liza. Our audience here are very supportive and very writers. So let's back to our beautiful ladies here.
That was a great advocacy of you, ma'am. Okay, so let's continue sharing and expounding about their advocacies for ecotourism, Ms. Water Utilities, Rachel Fernandez.
My advocacy centers on water and ecopreneurship.
Ecopreneurship encourages people to think of the solution that will benefit both them and the environment. It allows us to practice our capabilities of being an entrepreneur. It empowers us also to create solutions for our Mother Earth.
see. So how about you, Inspire 2019?
I'm a huge no plastic policy in my forEffort said. This advocacy is based on what I have observed that big establishment is already incorporated within of paper bags, eco bags for their goods. But looking back to my sponsor process, this policy is not strictly implemented with barangays. So there are lots of nursery stores, public markets that uses a huge amount of plastic every single day. If we put all of these stores that uses plastic, we can see that if the collectors get the plastic, we can see that there are a lot of plastic that we use every day. So what if we're going to can do the practices of our elders that we bring reusable bags, baskets to the markets or the stores so that we can lessen the use of plastic and we can help our mother nature detox back. Wow, what a fiery box of you! Miss Air, how about your box?
I advocate the watershed as a source of protecting watershed as a source of water and food. Watershed management needs community equally to protect our river system. The Group1 River is important to the town as a source of natural resources and needs community to protect and serve our Mother Earth. The plant is will give surface and run of water and for the Group1 River. The Group1 River is friendly cave. We need to dig and haul. If we don't protect the Group1 River basin, it might be where will we get our water source of the province?
Okay, last we will be here our Miss Earth 2018.
Here for advocacy. It directly affects human health and human productivity. We spend 90% of our time indoors, and we fail to realize how important it is. We think we are safe indoors, but it's a silent killer. The pollutants indoors proliferate of cancer and other health risks. I want my country to be globally competitive. So let's secure that our indoor air quality is at its best state. That's how good you are.
So to our guests, to our audience here, and to our viewers all around the world, thank you so much. I would like to thank my sponsors, Chris Salon for my hair and makeup, and dresses for my dress, and Kay Parado for my dress.
And thank you also for my sponsor for my hair, Miss Charlotte Pacuda, and for my shoes,
And please don't forget to watch our show, The Allen Show, every Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. And we would like to greet our director. A happy birthday, Dr. Ahmadal. So thank you so much. God bless everyone. And this is The Allen
That's all for the Allen Show. We would like to thank our sponsors. Joyous Corporation makes your life magical. Open Villa Corporation. Cheesy Lumpia. Isang Republic. Sulit na? Barato pa. Malagkit Federation. Malagkit. Pizza Zest Company. More cheese